Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today, and welcome to our final project presentation. We're so excited to introduce Packly, our web-based packing list application designed to support frequent travelers in planning and organizing their trips with confidence and ease. Packly was developed as a practical solution for users who need smart, streamlined packing assistance tailored to their destination's weather and planned activities. So the agenda for today, we are going to meet our team, discuss why we built this, and Sergio, if you could go back to the last slide. So sorry. Discuss our development journey, what we built, do a live demo, discuss the technologies used, challenges we solved, key outcomes, what's next, our personal takeaways, and then open it up for a Q&A at the end. So our team includes Sergio Mendoza. He's a front-end and back-end software engineer based in Virginia with a background in mortgage financing, pipeline management, and administrative and document analysis. I'm Emily. I'm a UX UI designer based in Michigan. I have a background in event production, visual merchandising, and luxury retail. And together, we have built a user-focused app that simplifies the packing process and enhances the travel planning experience.
Awesome. So a little bit about our background. So following my graduation from the TripleTen Software Engineering Bootcamp, another student and I were invited to collaborate with a group of QA recent grads who were looking to test their newly gained skills. They had wanted to work with software engineers to build an application with new features for them to test. So eager to gain real-world experience and sharpen our development skills, we saw this as a valuable opportunity and we chose to get involved. The initial objective of the project was to build upon an app that we worked on during a boot camp and kind of create new features for the QA grads to test. However, as the collaboration evolved, we recognized a broader opportunity to develop a complete user-centered application. So from that point on, we committed to building out a fully functional app, letting our imaginations and ideas kind of run free. And then 3/4 through our development, we actually brought Emily on to kind of do an audit of the UX UI design. And then after her comprehensive review of the app, we kind of decided to pivot from our original project and our concept to create a more intuitive, user-friendly product, and then one that we're excited to share with you today.
Apologies, I was muted. While the original goal of this project was to develop a weather-based website with testable features for QA graduates, the initial concept lacked a clear user journey and left the purpose of the app unclear from a user perspective. Recognizing this gap, Sergio and I made a strategic decision to pivot toward a more user-centric approach. We reimagined the app with the goal of providing real value to travelers by placing user needs at the core of the product experience. Building on the foundation of weather-based functionality, we enhanced the concept to include user-selected travel activities, acknowledging that what you pack depends not just on weather, but also how you plan to spend your time. This shift led to the creation of Packly, our Pack Smart Travel Layer solution.
Yeah, so as you may have gathered, our development journey was kind of far from linear. It evolved organically as we adapted to feedback and new opportunities. And I just kind of wanted to show kind of our overview of the key features. So we began phase one was research, and feature ideation. So we began by exploring opportunities to enhance an existing weather-based app, identifying potential new features we could build to be tested. Phase 2, we did our initial development and task management. We implemented new features and tracked progress using Jira and laying the groundwork for a more functional product. In phase 3, we incorporated the QA. Partnering with the QA testers, we focused on thorough testing and debugging to ensure feature stability and performance. And then in phase 4, we brought on Emily, our designer, and she conducted a comprehensive UX UI audit, offering actionable insights to improve our usability. And then in phase 5, we did a strategic pivot and redesign. Based on Emily's audit, we made a significant decision to pivot, redesign, and refactor the existing app completely to prioritize the user experience. Phase 6, we did a UX strategy and design simplification. We developed a clear information architecture, created wireframes, and simplified the overall UX UI for a more intuitive user journey. And then in phase 7, we did core feature implementation. With a solid design in place, we implemented the core functionality, focusing on weather-based and activity-driven packing recommendations. And then in phase 8, finally, we conducted another round of testing and refinement to ensure a polished, reliable, and user-friendly product. So the process not only strengthened our collaboration, but also led to a more purposeful and impactful application.
So Packly is designed to streamline and personalize the travel preparation experience. The current feature set includes a 14-day weather forecast by location, smart and customized packing lists, which are auto-generated to tailor weather conditions and selected activities, tailored to weather conditions and selected activities, editable multi-trip packing lists. And then in other items, you may need Word Bank, which is a curated library of additional items that can be added to a packing list with a single click, ensuring nothing is overlooked. We also offer an email your packing list feature, which allows users to send their packing list directly to their inbox for on-the-go access or easy sharing with travel companions. We'd now love to present you with a live demo of our app. Okay, so welcome to Packly's homepage. We're excited to walk you through a live demo. On the homepage, you'll notice the sign up for free button highlighted in the upper right-hand corner of the header, where a user can easily create a free account. This pop-up also offers the user the option to log in if they have an existing account, which we will now demonstrate. Now that we're logged in, we can walk you through a typical user flow. For example, creating a packing list for an upcoming trip. For this trip, we'll be traveling to Miami, Florida from June 6th to the 10th, and we'll be attending a wedding, going to the beach, and doing some sightseeing. We'll now input all of those details. With a click of a button, our results page will be automatically generated, displaying the user's destination, travel dates, the weather forecast for those dates, their selected activities, and their suggested packing list. Notice how the results page breaks down each section so that it's streamlined and easily digestible for the user. Their packing list will be broken down into 4 categories: clothing, footwear, accessories, and personal items. At the bottom, the user will also find a word bank of additional suggested popular packing items. In this scenario, if the user wants to bring their Kindle on the trip because they want to read a book while at the beach in Miami, with a single click, the Kindle is now added to the personal items section of our packing list. We can also add a new item, in this case, a sweatshirt. We can adjust the quantity of how many sweatshirts we may want to bring. We can also delete that item if we realize we'll no longer need it because we'll have beautiful weather in Miami. When we're ready to pack our items, we can go through and check them as completed. Notice how they're all crossed off to signify the user has packed their item. And we can email ourselves our packing list for on-the-go access, which will display what items still need to be packed. Back on the personalized packing list page, we kept in mind that users' travel plans often change. We provided areas to customize location and travel dates and to edit or add activities. We've also provided the option to delete a trip in case you need to cancel your travel plans. In the navigation, users can store multiple packing lists for upcoming trips. This user is also heading to Yellowstone National Park in June for a 5-day trip, where they will be hiking, biking, and sightseeing. And the generated packing list is reflective of the weather conditions and when they'll be traveling and their activities. As you can see, they'll be prepared for beautiful hikes with plenty of layers and proper hiking footwear. So that's a quick look at Packly, designed to help users pack smarter and travel lighter. Now that we've demonstrated the user flow, we'd love to continue our presentation and share some of the technologies used to create the app.
Yeah, awesome. So the technologies that we used for the front end were HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, Node, Figma, Lucidchart, and Midjourney. For our back end, I used Node.js, Express, and then I incorporated some weather APIs to get the weather data. And then for our database, I chose to use PostgreSQL. And then for the hosting, we're using Heroku. And then for the collaborative tools, we use Jira for ticket management, and then Git and GitHub. So for our team collaboration, give me 1 second. I just want to say, like, our collaboration evolved significantly over the course of the project, like reflecting our team's ability to adapt and scale as the product evolved. When we built new features, we used Jira to manage tasks and bug tracking, and maintained consistent communication via Slack and ad hoc Google Meets to kind of troubleshoot issues in real time. When we added Emily to the project, her addition marked a shift in our workflow, but we included her in our biweekly stand-ups and weekly cross-functional check-ins to ensure that development was meeting our design goals. We collaborated closely in Figma, working from a shared file with high-fidelity wireframes, and we use comments and tagging to streamline feedback, highlight updates, and resolve design questions and quickly and efficiently. So I wanted to talk also about the challenges that we solved. Throughout the development process, we successfully navigated a number of development challenges that tested our adaptability and commitment to delivering a user-centered product. Our development journey was somewhat unconventional, with Emily joining the team 3/4 through the project, but her thoughtful and constructive feedback highlighted critical usability issues, prompting us to make a hard pivot in order to create an app that users would genuinely engage with. And the major challenges being refining and updating the design system in under a tight timeline, coordinating asynchronous communication across the team to maintain our momentum, balancing scope with usability, making strategic decisions on which features to prioritize, which ones to revise, and which ones we should remove. And then finally, refactoring and redesigning parts of the backend database to support new usability for new trip features. These challenges ultimately strengthened our product and our collaborative process, reinforcing the importance of flexibility, communication, and user empathy in an agile development.
So we are proud to have delivered a polished MVP that addresses a real-world user need. Throughout the development process, we collaborated effectively in a cross-functional team, gaining hands-on experience with a full product lifecycle. The result is a portfolio-ready product that demonstrates both strategic thinking and practical execution. So next steps, our immediate focus is on completing a final UI refinement and optimizing the app for mobile responsiveness. Looking ahead, we have a number of innovative features in the pipeline, such as personalized, curated shopping recommendations based on users' packing lists, as well as tailored activity and hotel suggestions aligned with their travel destinations. We believe these enhancements will have a strong potential to drive additional user engagement and generate additional revenue streams. Before expanding functionality, we plan to conduct further real-world user testing and refine existing features and ensure they are fully optimized for usability and impact. Ultimately, our goal is to develop a fully functional mobile version of the app, enabling users to manage their packing and travel planning seamlessly on the go. My most significant personal takeaway from this project was gaining a deeper appreciation for the product development cycle and the critical importance of empathizing with the user journey from the earliest stages of ideation. While the fast-paced timeline often required us to move quickly between phases, sometimes skipping ahead, it was a valuable reminder that keeping the user experience at the core of every decision is essential to building meaningful and effective products.
And then my biggest takeaway I have from this project is understanding the importance of design and development. You can't have a viable product without a strong design and a strong development plan in place. Projects are built incrementally with purpose and not impulsively. I've come to understand that features I find useful or compelling might not align with the user needs, and accepting that is an important part of building effective products.
So thank you everyone for your time. If you'd like to contact us, we can be reached at the packly@gmail.com. And at this time, we would love to answer any questions that the viewers might have.
Yes, Josh, I see that you have a question.
Yeah, I was just curious, Sergio, are there any kind of key features that you think would make clear next steps for the project? Anything that you have in mind?
Yeah, I think that I know with the weather API that we have, I want to flush it out more. Right now, it's just 14-day that I was able to find. I want to be able to basically you choose any date and like 6 months ahead of time and be able to incorporate that into the app so it's truly live and not just 14-day. And I think that would be a really good feature to have for people, especially making trips, far in advance, and it would be good to have as it updates naturally.
Gotcha. This sounds great.
Awesome.
Well, thank you again to everyone for joining us this evening and letting us share Packly with you. If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact us directly. And thank you and good night.
Thank you so much.
Bye.